Hello, in our Parashat we read about the mitzvah of building the Mishkan. And in this mitzvah we also have the description of what should be the order of putting the vessels in the Mishkan. For example, the Torah tells us, "V'samta et hashulchan michutz laparochet, ve'et hamenorah nochach hashulchan al tzela hamishkan teimana, v'hashulchan titen al tzela tzafon." So the Malbim learns from this pasuk that this is the correct order of how to put the vessels in the Mishkan. First you put the table, and only afterwards you put the menorah. And the menorah is described as being across from the table. It's not just put the menorah on the southern part, but it has to be exactly across from the table. The Torah could have told us to first put the menorah and then put the table exactly across from the menorah. But the Torah describes everything through the perspective of the table. First you put the table, then you put the menorah, and it's exactly across from the table. So this seems like the table is the central, the more important vessel, if we can say. But if we look at the literary structure of this pasuk, the pasuk starts with the table, ends with the table, and in the middle we have the menorah. It's like a chiastic structure telling us the menorah is the central piece of the Mishkan, at least in the outer part of the Mishkan, when we have the Shulchan and the menorah. So what's correct? What's the more important part, if we can say such a thing? So the Netziv explains to us that this pasuk is affected by the purpose and the meaning of each one of these vessels. The Shulchan is there to bring a blessing to Am Yisrael on the economic, physical aspect of life. The loaves of bread are there in order for Hashem to bless our parnasah, in our food, in the fields, in anything that has to do with our physical and economical success. The menorah, on the other hand, resembles the Torah, the light of the Torah, ner mitzvah, the Torah or, the spiritual, intellectual light from Hashem that guides us through life. So of course the menorah is in the middle, but why does the Shulchan come first? So I think this pasuk comes to teach us the right relationship between the Shulchan and the menorah. These aren't just two aspects of life that are parallel and separate, but rather the menorah has to be nochach HaShulchan. You first build the Shulchan and then you put the menorah, because the Shulchan gets its meaning if it's there in order to have the possibility of afterwards having the menorah to have the light of the Torah. The Shulchan is not a means on its own. It's there in order to allow spiritual, moral, intellectual growth in the light of Hashem. That's the purpose of the Shulchan. If the menorah is nochach HaShulchan, if the menorah is there across from the table, and the table is there as the background for the menorah, so then Am Yisrael can flourish in both aspects. And this idea is correct and true every year. This year, when we're in the middle of the struggle, of this war, when we have those people captive in Gaza, it's important for us to remember that the purpose of our being here in Eretz Yisrael, the meaning of being here in Eretz Yisrael, is not only to succeed and grow physically, but also in order to create a state, a place where Am Yisrael can grow on other more important levels, spiritually, ethically, morally. And this war is there in order to allow us to flourish in those aspects, the Shulchan and the Menorah and their connection. Shabbat Shalom.